welcome back to the High Heels and Tea podcast. I'm Crystal Lee.
This is Rihanna.
And today we are joined by our good girlfriend, Faren.
Hello.
Finally could put a face to the voice. Okay. This dope.
To the name.
First off, I want to just do a quick catch up because we took a quick hiatus this time. Not 6 months.
No.
This is like 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
All right.
Couple weeks.
Let's catch our audience up. What we got going on? I'm going to hit you out. What you have going on?
Well, what I got going on is, guys, we completed the East Coast tour.
Oh, yeah.
I was with Crystal. We had a good time on the East Coast. Very
Who's over
successful
there for
event.
Yes.
Sensei. You say sensei?
Sensei.
But what I've been having going on is same old working, hustling, grinding. I done hopped on the Atlanta tour, so I'm gonna be there with her. Coming up, we're going to a conference, women's conference in June. So we outside.
I forgot the name of that event.
SOAR. It's a SOAR event. SOAR.
SOAR?
Yep.
Oh, I'm like
SOAR.
Yeah, it's a.
Am I saying it wrong?
A women's conference.
SOAR.
No,
SOAR.
it's
That's right.
Okay.
yeah, you said it right. I heard it wrong. I'm like, what? What I signed up for?
Y'all know I be making words up, so I was just trying to make sure.
You ain't worse than me. Well, what you got coming up this summer in addition to Atlanta? Anything?
In the summertime, I don't know. I'm just flying by the wayside, baby. My calendar just be like, okay, I'm gonna write this down, make sure I don't do this.
Yes.
I just be trying to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
Keep
Well,
myself busy.
What you got?
What I got going? My daughter will be 6, and yes,
Yeah,
so
I
in a
got all
couple
of
of weeks
those.
we're gonna be in Philly.
it's
Yeah.
okay. We'll be in Kansas City. I'm taking her to Words of Fun.
Oh, look at you. So
And then
dope.
a week after that, we're going to Tennessee for my mom's 70th birthday.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's a big deal. We had a family photo last night, and it was pretty
Okay.
good.
Yes. Happy birthday, Mom.
I know. 70. Oh my God.
She look good.
I can say she
baby.
don't look 70.
My mama's 66 and
Your mama ain't playing with him. Your mama do not look. That's weird.
that's
though.
how I'm be. I like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. So it's this TikTok of this lady, right? She's an older lady, and she on the floor, and she's getting it. I was like, this is gonna be Rihanna. I swear to God, this is gonna be Rihanna, but she ain't gonna get no fuck still. And she gonna be on that floor.
Right.
The lady, she was a little old, but she was just dancing and getting it, and she was just vibing. I was like, wow. I started to save it and post it and tag you, and I was like, I ain't gonna do all that.
Isn't that funny how you see things and you think of your friends like, yeah, that's my friend.
Yeah, that's my friend right there. That's my friend when she turned 50. That's how my friend goes.
My little cousin tagged me in a post just like that. It was a lady. She was her 70th birthday, and she came out. They was like introducing. She came out, and I was like, yeah, you know that's gonna be me.
That's gonna be you. So for me, in a nutshell, kind of almost everything you just said. Actually, we finished the East Coast tour. That was dope as hell. Actually thinking about going back, adding back New York, adding back the DMV area, maybe just Washington D.C.
DMV.
And adding North Carolina as well. But did that. That was dope. Did Chicago. I got Miami coming up. What else I do? No, I think I just did Chicago. I'm like, I have a list, and if I say anything out of order on that list, I'm like, wait, no, hold on, wait. Yeah. So, but got Miami coming up, and then we're going to hit Philly for this. It's a business trip.
It's a business.
So it's a business conference, pretty much. My dress came in yesterday. I got to show it to you.
Yeah,
got my dress because they said for us to look like formal but fashionable. So
I gotta be.
It's not hard for y'all.
I'm
Don't give me no
extra.
Yeah, so that's the point. It's like when you say fashion, so everybody got to put their own touch on it. And it's just like how extra in fashion you want to be. I got it. Which I think my extra is before I finish this. If you could put one thing that says this is Crystal, and it's extra, or it's just me.
Well, I just know when you call me about something like what you wearing, because I know you always cute. Actually, both of y'all, so I'm like, I gotta make sure that I'm on the same page. Yes.
To me, I feel like you're a sparkly person.
Boom. That's it. So I'm like, it's something. It's a key word. When you
okay.
Yes. Yeah. Look at my custards. Yes.
I know a sparkly. Look at her nails.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Person.
Yes. When you diamond sparkles, glitter, glam. That's me. So that's my fashion.
I know her.
Because with you, I would be like color. You wear a lot of bold color. Yeah.
I'm a
So
color
with me,
person.
give me something big and glam and extra sparkle. So that's how my look gonna be. Wait, just wait. Just wait. Anyway, so then we're gonna hit Atlanta to pick up the tour from there. So then doing Houston, California, and again, I'm trying to put together a part 2 where it's just like a mini part 2. I don't want to do 7-9 cities, just something simple. I think it would be a good idea to go back to New York. I think it would be a good idea to go back to Washington, D.C., and I want to just throw in another city there. Then I'm going to try to sit down and put together some local classes.
Yeah. So the girl who did my makeup today, so she just told me that she moved to Maryland. She lived in Maryland for a year. She said she just basically got up and went there and left. She's like, no, she got a suite. She does makeup. Her business wasn't picking up. I said, girl, that little area. I said, they some haters. She's like, yeah, the girl. She's like, the women. She's like, the women are just, to me, just seem like they just don't want to support you. And she was like, I did. She's like, I am guilty. I'm not big on getting out and talking to people. She was like, but I just couldn't get people to come. And I was like, yeah, that was kind of what
It's what it was. It's a struggle over there. You gotta. The areas that you know that's gonna work and pop, just stick to that, and it would attract those people in those smaller areas or other areas that you really wanted to do with it, and eventually you'll be able to take over wherever you want. But until then, you gotta be really strategic on that East Coast. It's just it's a different beast.
Different cities in the East Coast is like hating friends.
Yes,
it's like
different beast.
They ain't gonna jump on board until everybody else on it.
Yes. Speaking of friends, we're going to get into the topic. Good leeway to the topic, y'all. So, in a nutshell, I came across this book, and the book is called How to Lose Your Friends, right? But you got to think about it in this way. The book is not about like, oh, if you want to lose your friends, first what you do is slap this one. It's not that. What it's about is like avoid certain things, right? And that way you can have healthier friendships and keep your friendships. Also in the book, it kind of outlined like from a friendship perspective, like friendships or relationships, and that's something you've been just adamant about. You always say that, and my response has always been, even as recent as the last season, like, if I gotta feel like I'm in a relationship with you, I don't want it. But then I kind of had a slight mind change. I think I kind of grew up a little bit after reading this book. So, because I grew up, everybody got to grow up. Everybody got to grow up. So, in a nutshell, right, the book talked about like how there are so many resources out there for relationship therapy, but relationships pertaining to family, intimacy, marriage, all of that. But when it comes to friendship, like, once something occurs with your friend, that's just it. We're really not taught like how to, I guess, maneuver and fix those issues within our friendships. So look at, she's taking a deep breath. So I'm gonna start with her. Let's start with her. What is that about? What do you think about that? Like, you see, like, if this was a man, you would be like, oh, okay, I'm down, I'm ready. But your friends, you could be friends with somebody for like 25, 30 years, and something happened, and that's it.
And I think the reason being that is because the intimacy portion of that relationship, you're not intimate with your friends. So when you are with the man, you're doing more than just having a relationship hand to hand. You're being intimate with that person. And so when sometimes it's hard to let go of that intimacy portion, because that's what we crave when we're in a relationship with people. But when we're having a friendship, because of the fact that, hey, we've been friends for 20 years, hey, this friend over these past 20 years then did this, then did this, then did this, but we still continue to be their friend, and then they do that last thing, and it's the final straw, because it's like there's a disconnect between the intimacy portion, because we don't have that connection. So we're more willing to let go of a friend than a man, because I feel it's because of the intimacy portion.
Intimacy comes in different forms.
I agree.
The intimacy is not just sexual.
Yes, but in reality, the things that you do with your friends, you don't call that intimacy. You just call that friendship. You call that girl bonding. You call that we're having girl time. Whether it be, for example, we bought the Viola Davis book.
Yeah.
I'm like, friend, I want this book. I need the book. So Crystal went out, and that same day she bought me a book, and she bought Fern a book.
I'm gonna give you a book.
Oh man. And so basically, the book was available, but that was super, super sweet to her. That was a super sweet gesture because she didn't have to do that. So to me, those are things that, hey, this is a friend that I want to hold on to because she looks out for me. She supports me. She wants to build me up in all different types of ways. But then it could have been a friend I'm talking to, and she'd be like, girl, shit, what you want to read that book for?
But let me challenge you. Let me challenge you a little bit because I love what you're saying, right? But what if I do that and then something happens and I piss you off or I do something completely offensive,
communication,
or disrespectful or whatever? You know what I'm saying? The same. And so what I'm saying is like in our relationships, like even with men, right? Everything could be cool, but it could be that one thing that is just like I can't take it. And in time, that one thing becomes the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's the same way. But with that relationship with your man, you still gonna try to probably figure it out. You know what I mean?
You are because of what? Intimacy. Because
you're like, well, we ain't down there now. I forget that he did that.
Yeah. I just wanted. I wanted some penis, and I was like, forget it.
What happened when we talked about it, we went to sleep and we woke up and I forgot. It's okay, I feel bad. But a woman, well, not a woman, but your friend is not giving you that. Not releasing those hormones, those forgiveness hormones in your body.
Not giving you that. They're not, because at this point you're feeling betrayed.
Yeah.
You feel betrayed from that friend because at the same time it's like, why are you doing me like this? Like, why are you treating me in this way when I'm not treating you this way?
So do you think it should be something like that exists? Like, for instance, if you look at the way everything is now, right, with the world, there are so many new resources to help you understand. I guess if someone wants to come out, transgender, all these things, like even with friendships with women, do you think there should be something that exists that we should be instilling in our daughters, something that we should be practicing as women to kind of change the way that we look at our friendships?
That dynamic?
Yeah.
I think so, but at the same time,
she like, I ain't with it.
If she's shiesty, she's shiesty.
You shiesty, you shiesty.
It's like, and then you know, we do give our friends chances.
We do.
Yep. We don't just say, okay, I woke up one day and I was like, fuck that bitch. It don't be like that.
Yeah.
It like, you know what I'm saying? Even those relationships that you've had for years and years and years, it takes a lot of different levels of things that a person has done to you that you've just like, okay, I brushed it under the rug. Or as we always say, we have to accept certain friends for certain ways, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I know that's not that friend, but I feel like with friends, you should be genuine and secure with that relationship. I shouldn't have to be like, well, I know I can't tell that friend that.
That's true.
So it's just like, why even allow her to be your friend if you can't even trust her?
Yeah. I think a lot of times we learn at early ages due to however our life went, to maneuver without trusting someone. Like, you kind of grow to adjust to not trusting people, but still having, connections or relations with them. Like, it starts with your family. Like, I know I always stress, like, with me growing up, I didn't trust my mom with information. So I knew not to tell her certain stuff. Yeah, she gossips, and you tell everybody my business. So I didn't have that. So I grew up knowing how to have a relationship with my mom and not trusting that part.
Boundaries.
And exactly. But then when you meet people, you kind of go on and you not realizing that you're actually damaging a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're not helping. It's a defense mechanism more than anything. Like, and you should be able to release that and be your authentic self with them, like you're saying. I agree.
That's how I feel like they're not really friends then, if you can't be your authentic self.
Yeah,
with
I agree.
Them. Because it's like you're faking. You know, you're trying to sugarcoat and put up this facade for somebody just to be their friend.
Yeah.
And that's not cool. Like, I don't think that's good. Even in an intimate relationship, you shouldn't be able to do that.
Right. Your relationship with your man.
I think it's just like
what
you were talking about. It's about communication.
Yeah.
It is.
Communication. Talking about people telling somebody how you feel.
It's about communication and comprehension. Because you can tell somebody how you feel.
That's good.
And you could be willing to do it, like,
everybody don't get it.
but if you ain't gonna get what I'm saying, or if you're not at least able to talk to someone that have the same ground as you, like, okay, you say what you got to say, I say what I got to say. I don't agree, you don't agree, let's agree to disagree.
And let's talk through it though. Let's figure out where the disconnect is.
Yeah.
And that's usually what happens in friendships. We never do that. We never find out what the disconnect is. And those are really, to me, fake friendships. Because like even with me and you or anybody that I deal with has some type of issues, I don't have no problem with talking to you. And even when we talk, you'll be like, baby, you know, or you'll tell me, well, no, I feel this way because of this. And I even if I don't get it at that point, I still dwell on it and I still think about it. It's about listening. Also about some people be so worried about getting a point across that they don't even listen to what people are saying.
One thing I would say about you as a friend, when something going on, like you're not confrontational in a negative way, but you know how to clap back. Like if I do something, let's say I'm gonna just put it this way, if I do something and it was kind of cordy to you, you be like, bitch, you cordy. What you just say? You stupid. You like, she real. Yeah, she real. Yeah. You know, you dumb. Like, and you like, oh, that's how she felt about you. Would say it's like, but still, like, you don't sit there and be like, damn, I thought she was just dumb for that. You will say it in that moment. So there's no need to have a follow-up conversation. Well, what do you think? Well, I felt like this for 3 years.
Or you heard it later.
Yeah, you know what she said because she said it in that moment.
This way.
Yes, you say it in the moment.
But that's why I feel like we have that type of friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like I shouldn't feel like I should hold.
I open it. I open it.
Yeah.
I say I open. I'm welcoming of it. I want you to tell me. Yeah. I feel like that's the best type of friendships, like
everybody
the best relationships.
Everybody don't like them type of friendships.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't. So what do you think, madam? What do you think about like that friendship therapy side of things that we don't really get the chance to? We didn't have it instilled in us. And I know you was raised up with sisters.
Right.
You was raised with, well, you have friends, female friends specifically. So you probably should be able to speak to that.
Well, I'm like the communication you were saying. I'm open with conversation. Please have a conversation with me. If we have a conversation, let's talk through it. If we can't get through it, I'm gonna have to say there has been plenty of times if we can't get through it. I'm like, I tried. See you later. You know.
Sayonara.
But I am a person who loves love with any relationship. So if I love you, I'm gonna try. And I keep on trying, and we're not getting anywhere. I'm sorry again. See you later. You know, but my whole thing is with friendships, you have to just grasp on with this person that you are basically, like you were saying, intimacy. It is an intimacy with any kind of relationship you have because it depends on how deep your friendship is and relationship is with that person as well. So I guess like where you say you read this book and it's turned your mind to different like
it made me feel more open. I'm sorry, I'm being rude. I'm trying to communicate. I'm trying to tell the other person that's gonna record to hey.
It's fine. But you know, friendship is really deep. You know, me being in my mid-30s now, you know, things are always changing.
You see how she said that in my mid-30s.
We in our early 30s, y'all. We in our early 30s still. So,
okay, yes, we are.
We in our early 30s. We not doing that.
Y'all know she always try to hold on to
We're not doing that.
It's her.
I'm going to have to be 39.
I'm going to be 40 just like this.
Yeah, I'm going to be 39.9 and I'm going to be like, I'm in my early 30s. Until I turn 40, I'm in my early 30s.
I'm going to be 39.9.
But yes, things are always changing with friendships. Like yes, I've lost friendships in the past. I remember I had a best friend back in my early 20s, and when that friendship ended, like I tried to talk to her, but wouldn't get through her, and it hurt like a relationship.
Yeah,
like, I cried for like 2 days. I'm like, oh my god, you know. So, but my whole thing is, it's just you're living and you learning and you read things like how you read and you like, I didn't think of it that way. Or you get another relationship with a friendship and you're like, oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe I should, you know, take that back to this friend. You know, so
it's learning lessons.
Yeah, learning lessons.
Well, I feel like after reading the book, I felt like, wow, the friendships I have, I really want to nourish them. I really want to make sure like my friends know that I love them and I'm here and like just really dive into it from more of a relationship standpoint. Obviously without the intimacy, but it is a relationship I have with both of y'all. And so it's like my intent is to just treat it as that. You know what I'm saying? Versus like, I just never looked at friendship as a relationship. I wasn't taught that, you know what I mean? And it's like, well, damn, yes, all these are relationships.
Yeah.
You have relationships with your kids. You have relationships with your
that's true.
parents.
Yeah.
Everything is a relationship, and so
If
it
it's
is
healthy or toxic or not.
Yeah.
Is the screw.
Yeah, now
and you
that's
can
the
have different type of relationships with all different type of people too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. Well, hold on 1 second, y'all. I know this loud, but you can sit right there for me. Yeah, down there.
Intermission.
Hey. So our next guest is here, y'all. We're gonna dive into that real soon. That's gonna be a real dope conversation. I can't wait to get into that. It's gonna be dope. And he got us a new girl.
Ooh.
Flash shirt.
I'm ready to style it. I'm ready to style. So I know you mentioned too, you touched on a friendship that you had a while ago. You mentioned it a couple of times in previous episode. I wanted to update y'all on a friendship the one friendship I was talking about that I was like, it's so hard for me to let go. Why you so proud of it? You're like, so I followed everybody's advice, and it wasn't like I needed really someone to tell me that. It's really, I realized with me, my problem is that I live in like this fantasy world, right? Because I'm a Pisces, I have this big imagination, right?
Princess.
Yeah, I live in this. I have two worlds I live in. Part of it is fantasy, and part of it is reality. And from the fantasy,
okay.
it is. I kind of feel like I need to go to therapy about it, but the reality side is where I would love to have a friendship that's like this. I would love to have a relationship like this. I would love it and I get so caught up in it that's where I stay. So when I go through stuff with people in reality, I still deal with them in the sense of like, you have potential to be this to me. You have the potential to be that, but reality is that they're showing you this is what it is. You know what I mean? So with that situation, I followed the advice. I got to reality. I tried to snap, but my nails too long. I was like, But I got to reality, let it be, kept it cordial, maintained, positive energy. And yesterday the person reached out to me and was just calling and calling. I'm just like, I hate to not answer people calls because you never know what their call would be. And I was just like, blah. Then the person texts me, like, answer your phone. I'm like, oh shit, something's wrong, And I answer and it's like, oh, I'm hanging out with your brother and mom and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, cool. It's like, well, you should have told me your brother was in town. I'm like,
No.
I don't even hang out with you when he's not here. Why would I do that then?
Yeah.
I thought that was weird, but I felt so good. Like looking back just a year ago, I'm like, I can't
People
believe
are
I felt
crazy.
like I couldn't let it go. You know what I'm saying? And now, I'm like, no hard feelings either. I'm cool. I'm chill. I don't have no hard feelings, but I feel better.
Good.
Yeah, but people are crazy though. It's just like you think that I haven't been talking to you for a year.
Yeah.
And now that my brother is in town, I'm supposed to reach out to you and tell you that my brother is in town.
Right. And then
Why
you look
would
my
I?
phone up. Let me wait.
Exactly.
I
Because
was
you ain't
like,
been calling.
Right.
Because you ain't been
I
talking to
was
me.
knocked out at that, and I was just like, wait,
Yeah.
you call me.
And then on top of that, if you're hanging out with them, hang out with them. Like, what do I have to do with any of that?
I ain't
don't have
coming.
any-
I'm going back to sleep. You could have texted me. I could have read that in the morning because I'm not getting up and coming out.
But she felt some type of way.
For
That's
sure,
why
for
she
sure.
did that.
But I realized I had to stop. I have to stop being so accessible because of this imaginative way of thinking. I'm accessible to people that I really, really love, and it's fine, right? But at the same time, it's like you're not getting nothing out of that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of cut this access off. So.
Yeah, and I think that's one of my issues because, I agree with Fern. Like, when you love somebody, you love them, you know. And when you're in a friendship, you want them to be happy. You want to show your love to them. So you want to go above and beyond sometimes. And then everybody don't love you like you love.
Yeah.
And so when you start doing all these things that you feel like you should do on your genuine self, because that's just who you are, they don't give you that energy back. I was talking to my cleaning lady yesterday. Cleaning lady and my brother. My brother was talking about how females or some female that he was messing with basically looking out for him, giving him money, blah, blah, blah. I said, what she's doing, bro, is trying to tell you how to match energies. I said, when women do things like that, that means we're genuine. We want to look out for you. We care for you. We want to support you. We want to be able to do whatever's necessary.
It's a baseline for you to know how to treat her too.
Exactly.
Yes.
I said, we're trying to match that. And so me and the cleaning lady was like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, bro, you have to do that. She's not just giving you that because she a trick.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, granted, possibly,
potentially,
but at the same time,
chances
she's
are
looking for you to look out for her in a way that she's willing to look out for you. And that's the main premise of any relationship or friendship that I want to be in. I want my friends to look out for me in a way, go above and beyond like I would go for them. You know what I'm saying? Just like the book situation, that meant 100%, 1,000 to me because I'm like, yeah, I want to read this book. I'm excited, and I'm like, eh. And so just after work, I'm going to get the book. Like, and then brought it to my house. You know, that those genuine things just make you like feel like people really mess with you that way, and it makes you feel loved. You know, even when you don't feel that way sometimes. So
I was about to say, and I brought her one too, and I texted. I was like, "You read books?" She was like, "For sometimes." And ideally, I was like, all my friends need this book.
Yeah.
From a healing standpoint, like all my friends need this book. So
hit my soul.
For real, I need that book.
I got you. Baby.
Basically, Viola told my story. Mine is getting chased by the white boys all day.
We weren't born back then to do that. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this topic, y'all. I hope this has been a good dialogue, open dialogue about friendship therapy, and also just working on them friendships.
Genuinosity. Keyword of the day.
I put the word in a definition in the description for my own benefit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you, ladies, again and gentlemen, for listening to the High Heels and Tea podcast.
Thank you.